1973 MGT, located in Savannah, Go. Valued at $7,500. Just look at the side profile of this gorgeous blue fastback with those crisp, white MGB stripes and classic wheels. It's got that timeless, elegant European stance that just makes you want to find a twisty backroad. Let's jump right into the seller's description, because this specific car has an unbelievable story. This isn't just a flipped project. The seller is listing it for a client who purchased it in 1975 and has owned it for 51 years. The major selling point here, the exceptional shape of the body and its absolute lack of rust. Under the hood, the engine, transmission, and differential all function very well, though the seller honestly notes they are due for a fresh fluid service. Inside, you get the original radio, steering wheel, and carpets, paired with newly replaced seat upholstery and door panels. To make it a perfect daily driver, the seller recommends a refresh of the brake and clutch hydraulics, plus a fresh set of tires. It's the ultimate, easy weekend project for a home mechanic. Historically, the MGB GT is a design masterpiece. To give buyers a practical hardtop alternative to the Roadster, MG actually had the legendary Italian design house, Pininfarina, pen that iconic fastback roofline. Back in the early 70s, if you were looking for an affordable sports coupe, you were probably cross-shopping this with the Triumph GT6 or the Datsun 240Z. While the 240Z offered 6-cylinder power, the MGB GT was all about that lightweight, nimble, raw British driving experience. It wasn't built for stoplight drag races. It was built for carrying momentum through the corners with a massive smile on your face. Fast forward to today, in 2026, the MGB GT is the perfect analog escape. You feel the road, you hear the mechanical rhythm, and you actually have to drive the car for just $7,500. This is a phenomenal entry ticket into the classic car world with an amazing community behind it. 1985 Honda Civic CRX HF, located in Troutman, NC, valued at $7,950. This isn't just any old Civic. The HF stands for high fuel efficiency, and this one is a blast from the past. It features a 1.5-liter, 12-valve engine equipped with a Weber carburetor and a 5-speed manual transmission, averaging an awesome 35 miles per gallon on the highway. The seller threw on lightweight Civic HX wheels, bringing the total weight of this car down to a featherweight 1,750 pounds. It has 187,000 miles, but comes with a fresh timing belt, water pump, and brand new brakes. Even the converted R134A air conditioning blows ice cold behind that sharp 20% window tint. Historically, the first-gen CRX completely rewrote the rulebook for compact cars. Back in the mid-80s, people were cross-shopping these with cars like the Ford EXP or the Pontiac Fiero, but while the competition felt heavy and unrefined, Honda gave us go-kart handling, bulletproof reliability, and incredible space management. For under $8,000, it's a killer entry-level classic. 1993 Volvo 240, located in Atlanta, gone valued at $14,500. Before you say, that's steep for an old Volvo, wait until you hear what this thing has going for it. Let's look at the specs. This is a 1993 model, which is highly significant because it's the absolute final year of the 240's iconic 19-year production run. Under the hood is the famously unkillable red block inline-4 engine, idling smoothly and paired with fresh engine and transmission mounts. But what makes this specific car a holy grail is the condition. It's a lifetime Georgia car with absolutely zero rust and only 87,500 original miles. The paint and interior are original, and the AC blows ice cold. It was meticulously cared for by a 58-year-old car guy who set up the suspension perfectly. We're talking IPD, lowering springs, Bilstein shocks and struts, IPD sway bars, and adjustable torque rods. It's rolling on pristine 16-inch Hydra wheels with new tires, and it even has a modern Jensen Bluetooth stereo with a backup camera and JL subwoofer seamlessly integrated inside. Historically, the Volvo 240 was designed as a rolling fortress of safety and utility. Back in the day, if you wanted a premium, boxy European sedan, you were probably cross-shopping this with a Mercedes-Benz 190e or a BMW E33 series, while the BMW was a corner carver and the Mercedes was all about prestige. Neither could match the Volvo when it came to bulletproof, utilitarian longevity. The 240 wasn't trying to be flashy. It was built to survive a nuclear winter while carrying a couch in the back. Fast forward to today, in 2026, driving a tight, analog machine like this 240 is the ultimate counterculture statement. It represents an era when cars were built to be maintained, not thrown away. With under 90k miles and all those tastemaker suspension upgrades, this is a turnkey daily classic. 1985 BMW W635 CSI, located in Mars Hill, NC, valued at $14,900. For a classic Shano Z24, that price point is going to turn some serious heads. Now, this isn't just any regular US market E24. This is a highly desirable European import from Germany, which means it gets the sleeker bumpers and a bit more personality. Even better, it's a factory 5-speed manual with a slick top, meaning no sunroof, which is a holy grail spec for enthusiasts. Under the hood is the legendary M33.5-litre inline-six. This one has 117k miles on the clock, and the seller notes it runs, drives, and shifts excellently, especially since the clutch was done less than 2,000 miles ago. It's got minor character marks, like a fading paint job, tiny surface rust on the floor drain, and the speedometer that occasionally cuts out, but mechanically, it's a rock-solid driver. Historically, the E24 Grand Tourer was BMW's flagship luxury coupe, designed to dominate the Autobahn. Back in the mid-80s, if you were shopping for a high-end luxury cruiser, your options were this: the heavy V8 Mercedes-Benz 560 SEC, or the futuristic Porsche 928. While the Mercedes was a pure highway couch, and the Porsche was complex and expensive to maintain, the BMW 635 CSI struck the perfect golden balance of sharp mechanical handling and everyday usability. Looking at it now in 2026, a purely mechanical, analog driver's car like this is a breath of fresh air. For under 15 grand, this Euro spec survivor is an incredible ticket into vintage BMW ownership. 1985 Toyota Crown Royal Saloon, located in Knoxville, TN, valued at $7,000. Look at that incredible pillarless hardtop design. It just screams peak 80s executive style, and it looks insanely cool sitting low on those dark wheels. Now, if you check out the listing details, this specific Crown has a pretty legendary story. The seller and their friends picked it up back in 2024 as a neglected project and gave it an ingenious heart transplant. They grabbed a donor MX-7 Toyota Cressida and swapped in its 2.8-litre inline-six, famously known as the 5MGE. It was a surprisingly plug-and-play setup, requiring just a little harness, repinning and a modernized fuel system to get it firing right up. Step inside, and you are greeted by a gloriously plush, deep maroon velour luxury interior that looks like a VIP airport lounge from 1985. Historically, the S120 Crown was Toyota's ultimate flagship luxury sedan in Japan, built for CEOs and high-end businessmen. Back in the mid-80s, if you wanted something this prestigious in the West, you were looking at a Mercedes-Benz 300e or a BMW 5 Series. But while the German rivals focused on stiff, high-speed highway driving, the Crown was all about effortless, isolated cruising, ultra-soft suspension, and ahead-of-its-time Japanese electronic gadgets. Rolling up to a local car meet in a pillarless JDM classic like this is a massive power move. Plus, because of that clever Cressida engine swap, getting replacement parts stateside is actually realistic. We've covered 5 cars so far. Which one do you think is the best buy for 2026? Let me know your pick in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for another Hidden Gems classic car finds. 1972 Saab Sonet 3. Located in Atlanta. Gone valued at $14,000. Historically, Saab built these lightweight fiberglass wedges to compete directly with European sports cars like the Triumph GT6 and the Porsche 914. But, unlike its rivals, the Sonet went its own way, featuring front-wheel drive and the quirky, compact Ford-sourced V4 engine under the hood. The seller notes it has a redone grey interior, no major rust, and is a total attention magnet. It's actually at the shop now getting a brake master cylinder job finished up. Considering another Sonet 3 recently fetched $19,000 on Bring a Trailer, this $14,000 price tag feels like an absolute steal. It's a raw, analog Swedish sports car like this is pure soul. Would you drop $14,000 on it? 1980 to Chevrolet Corvette. Located in Gainsborough, TN. Valued at $17,000. Now, 1982 is a massive year for Corvette history because it marks the grand finale of the legendary C3 generation. Under that long, sweeping hood sits the 350 cubic inch V8, featuring Chevy's Crossfire injection system, paired with an automatic transmission. This survivor has only driven 57,298 original miles. The seller honestly notes the paint is showing some age, but mechanically, the brakes have been completely overhauled. It's got new weather stripping and fresh valve cover gaskets. Aside from an aftermarket radio, it's totally stock, though you'll want to charge the AC. Back in '82, if you were looking for a premium sports coupe, you were likely cross-shopping this with a Datsun 280ZX or a Porsche 944, while the imports focused on tighter, high-revving cornering. The Corvette was all about that unmistakable, low-slung Coke bottle styling and a rumbling, torque-heavy American Grand Touring experience. Fast forward to today, in 2026, in a landscape dominated by quiet, overly digital electric SUVs, driving a late Model C3 Corvette is an absolute vibe. It's pure retro nostalgia on wheels, and for $17,000, it runs and drives exactly as it should. Would you pick up this Tennessee Survivor? 1977 Jaguar XJS V8 swap. Located in Knoxville, TN. Valued at $19,000. Now, early Jaguar XJS models are famous for their beautiful styling, but infamous for their overly complex, finicky factory V12 engines. But this car has a legendary backstory. Shortly after it was brand new, it suffered an engine fire, so it was taken out to California, where the owner spared no expense pulling the V12 and swapping in a built Chevy 383-stroke V8. It's paired with a dependable 700R4 automatic transmission and an LSD differential. The seller notes it's been fully rewired, received a fresh paint job, features an upgraded vintage air AC system, and has a mostly new interior aside from some minor dash cracking. Historically, the XJS was launched to replace the iconic E-Type, serving as Jaguar's ultra-luxurious flagship coupe. Back in the late 70s, you were cross-shopping this with a Mercedes-Benz 450 SLC or a Porsche 928. While the German luxury cars were solid, they lacked the elegant grace of the Jag by swapping in a small-block Chevy V8. This car fixes the XJS's biggest historical flaw, giving you timeless brushish luxury with bulletproof, easy-to-maintain American muscle power. Fast forward to today in 2026, in an era dominated by heavy electric cars that feel like rolling smartphones. A loud, analog, V8 swapped classic like this is the ultimate weekend cruiser. For $19,000, you get a turnkey head-turner. Would you drive this brushish American hybrid? Let me know in the comments. Hit that like button, and I'll see you in the next one. 1973 Fiat 500 Giardiniera. Located in Suwannee, TN. Valued at $15,000. You can see it's not your average classic Fiat. This is the Giardiniera, which is the estate or station wagon version of the iconic city car. The North American market never originally got these, making this recently imported white-on-black gem absolute unicorn on US soil. So, how did Fiat make a wagon out of a tiny microcar? They got creative. They stretched the body by almost 10 inches and completely re-engineered the classic twin-cylinder engine. Instead of sitting upright, they turned the engine completely on its side, flattening it so it could tuck neatly right under the rear cargo floor. To handle the extra utility, they threw in a massive, full-length canvas sunroof and upgraded the stopping power with larger brakes taken straight from the Fiat 600. It's a masterclass in space-saving design. According to the listing history, this specific car spent the vast majority of its life soaking up the sun in Italy. It was exported to the United Kingdom back in 2015, where it spent a few years doing promotional work and company advertising, before finally making its way to the US. Back in the day, if you wanted a tiny utility vehicle, you were looking at this or a British Austin Mini Countryman. But while the Mini felt more mechanical, the Fiat offered that unmistakable, pure Italian Dolce Vita style. It's entirely analog, completely unpretentious, and guaranteed to put a smile on everyone's face. Let me know in the comments, would you drop 15 grand on this Italian classic? 1963 Ford Thunderbird, located in Lake City, FL, valued at $8,000, for a running, driving 60s icon. That is wild. This is the final year of the famous third-generation Bullet Bird. Under that massive hood sits the original 390 cubic inch for big block V8 engine, paired with a smooth automatic transmission. It's equipped with factory power steering and power brakes, and the heater works great. Though it has no LC, the seller has owned it for a while and replaced a ton of parts to make it a reliable daily driver with 98,000 miles on the clock. Best of all, the floor pans are completely rock solid, and it comes with a clean Florida title. Historically, the Thunderbird completely pioneered the personal luxury car market. Back in '63, if you wanted to cruise in ultimate comfort and prestige, you were cross shopping. This with the brand new Buick Riviera or a Pontiac Grand Prix. While the Riviera offered sharper handling, the T-Bird won people over with its futuristic, aerospace-inspired interior and effortless highway cruising power. For 8 grand, you cannot find a cooler entry point into the classic car hobby. Would you take this Thunderbird home?